Yeah, that Titanic movie. I don't understand why they'd make another one. Yeah, 3D. Oh, hi everyone. This is Larry with Electric Notions. This is our stories edition. I was just talking to a couple of friends about the 3D genre, and I have a little story to tell. So, this is entitled "A Short History of Stereoscopes," the 3D version. When I was a kid, one of the first movies I had seen at our hometown theater was Jaws 3D on July 22nd, 1983. After leaving the theater 2 hours later with my polarized glasses in hand and a smile on my 9-year-old face, I fell in love with the three-dimensional film genre. Even now, as an adult, I still love watching 3D films, and being a fan of 3D films, I know the first confirmed 3D film available to paying audiences was entitled The Power of Love, premiering at the Ambassador Hotel Theater in Los Angeles, California on September 27th, 1922. Now imagine my surprise when I began working at the local museum, and one of the first items I picked up was a wooden-handled stereoscope. And it wasn't just the stereoscope, it had the stereo cards with it. There's about 10 of them, and there was a few horses, some guys standing around. It was really neat to see. Now, from the late 1800s to the early 1900s, stereoscopes, or what they sometimes were referred to as stereo viewers, they were popular forms of entertainment with all generations. From 1850 until World War I, the stereoscope made it possible to see the world without ever leaving your home. Now, Sir Charles Wheatstone first patented the stereoscope in 1838. He had experimented with drawings for his first stereoscope in 1832, years before the advent of photography. A few years later, the stereoscope and photographs assembled to create the first official stereoscope viewer. Sadly, the Wheatstone stereoscope was not as popular as the one created by poet, physician, and essayist Oliver Wendell Holmes. His viewer, the Holmes stereo viewer, was all the rage from 1881 to 1939. Holmes invented his American stereoscope around 1860, and instead of patenting and profiting from his invention, he gave the idea away. Holmes' version was a sleeker and more modern version of Wheatstone's crude invention. Now, while we're on the subject of the stereoscopes, we do have a overlooked inventor, and he also, quote-unquote, invented the stereoscope. Sir David Brewster created the Brewster viewer, and by 1856 he reportedly sold over 500,000 viewers. Brewster's version made it possible to view various types of plates, such as tin types, glass, and tissue views, and also flat mount views. Now let's go to the visuals here. This is what the stereoscope looked like, or looks like. It looks like an old-fashioned version of the Fisher-Price's Viewmaster, which was introduced in 1939's New York World's Fair. The main part of the stereoscope involves the two photographs being an equal distance apart, usually 2.5 inches, which are about the distance of your eyes. When looking into the viewing eyes, you see the two images as one, thus creating the 3D effect. Now, stereoscopic cards were the accessory to the stereoscope, and they were sold separately. Now, two separate images are printed side by side on a cardboard type of paper. With the magnifying lens, the point of focus is extended from a short distance to infinity, and this allows the eye's focal point to be consistent with the parallel lines of the sight, giving the viewer a three-dimension image. Most stereoscope cards showed pictures of people on horses or standing at work sites. Stereograms cards are now frequently being used by vision therapists in the treatment of many binocular vision and other eye disorders. The history of stereoscopes have come a long way, as we now enjoy more and more 3D movies than ever before. With brand names such as LG, Panasonic, Sony, and Samsung, they're all releasing the new 3D televisions to consumers around the world. We now have come full circle as a selected group of people, and we can enjoy the world from the comfort of our own homes with vivid 3D, just like our ancestors did in 1850. By the way, do you know what movie is considered the best 3D movie ever shown? Dial M for Murder, 1954. It's considered by many to be the best 3D movie ever made. Alright, this is Larry with Electric Notions. I hope you enjoyed today's short history of stereoscopes, the 3D version. And that's it for our stories. Have a great day.